Hi guys, I keep telling you, and today I've told it again to somebody else on Discord, that you need to learn how to script. The question is always, I want to have a new system and I want to have exactly the same setup, packages and all that. And one of the things I always put forward is learn how to write scripts. There is something called github.com, Eric Dubois, ArcoLinux-nemesis. You go grab that, and on anything, sorry, not the browser, but Super F, on anything ArcoLinux based, you can run this thing. On anything ArcoLinux based, you can run this thing. And all you do is change my code. Learn to change the code. Learn to read the code. So in this case, I'm gonna say, do you want to install ChatWM? Yes. And you'll see that the end result is the same as ArcoLinux, ISO Builder, ChatWM. Exactly the same, because I'm making the same choices, applications, configurations, and all that. Now, instead of following this, I suggest we do the following. We read code. Go download it. So make sure you have a git clone or a zip. And if you, I think a better git clone in this case, because I'd like you to do the following. What did I do to get ChatWM exactly the same as on ArcoLinux as I would on EndeavourOS, as I would on anything Arch Linux? You just read the code. So this one matters. Git ahead is the one I prefer. There's also git find. And here I'm gonna say, if it's not there, the exclamation mark, if you don't find grep with an exclamation mark, then make sure that it has an exclamation mark, right? So I don't want to see the conky, I know the key bindings out of my head. So inside home Eric, home Eric.config ArcoCH DWM scripts run.sh, there is a line that says run the conky. Anybody new, run the conky. These are the key bindings. I want to get rid of that. So that's the last thing I've done. Prior to this, I was looking at automating my settings in VirtualBox. If it's not there, if there is not a line of xrender output virtual1 means I'm on VirtualBox. If it's not there, you add a new line. That's something new I found just yesterday, I think, right? Just to be sure that it's not copy pasted at the end, but it's T, so man T or T-H, find your help on your local machine. And then I've written, well, I had to find this as well, this little bit. I wanted to have the xrand at the very beginning. So you Google it and said, I want to insert a line at the beginning of a file. And you find a text, a command that says, let's add the virtual1 primary mode, etc., etc., etc. to the beginning, which as a result, ChatWM just boots up with a maximized, optimized resolution out of the box. Why? Because we've written a script. If it's not there, put it there. And here's some spaces that we've done, get rid of. So let's read this one. If the file user share xsessions exists, that means I've installed it. So we chose to install it. I don't want to have OpenBox. We are now on ArchBang, right? ArchBang starts with OpenBox with InixRC, so not with SEDM, LightDM, LXDM, GDM or Li, but just by logging in, password, boom, and it starts. And it's this file, the xinitrc, so archwiki, xinit, and then you read. I want the exec OpenBox session out and change it with a dash. So don't do that, don't start OpenBox. But instead, a new line behind it, xinitrc, and then execute my script that says execute chdwm. So if I choose, right, if I have chosen in my script of ArcoLinux-nemesis at the very beginning, do install it, then it will be there, and then it will be changed by default. OpenBox is out and ChatWM is in. It's these little things that makes life interesting, that you perfect your scripts. Over time, I've been doing it like 10 years. We started at Linux Mint and then we came to Arch, and we've added more and more stuff. And it's a great way to get, after a clean install from any version out there, run your scripts, be it on Linux Mint, be it on Solus, be it on anything, right? Just write your scripts, have a reasoning, a logic behind all these lines, and great. Here I forgot the minus sign, right? The dash won't work without the dash. That folder does not exist. And here we're trying to figure out, are we on VirtualBox? There's a command, systemd detect virtual, and in the variable comes the word Oracle. So if the variable contains Oracle, then we're on VirtualBox and we're going to go for this and this and that. So this is going back in time. This is of course the best code, and this is figuring out how does it work, and that is for me the fun. Even the themes are changed, right? I don't want Advaita icons, I want other icons. I want a Candy Beauty icon. I set them automatically. It's just a find and replace. Find this there and replace this with that there. That's all it is. Find, replace, where. And other things, just the same thing, but this, the green thing, means that this particular ArchBang distro does not have the settings in the etc-scal, so not using etc-scal. So my copy paste there was too much. They use xset. I like to prefer to use zstt, so I change it. Find me xset, that's this one, and replace it with compression zstt. Inside here, make all the files that you need to do, and then update my grub, and done. This is about the rising, so going for all these settings, Arc Dark, Candy Beauty icon, and Bibata Modern Eyes. And it's this way, I think it would be interesting as a project to watch what comes in. Just have this folder on your machine and then see and follow, try to read other one's code. And that's how I started, right? I tried to read other one's code and I couldn't make sense of it, any sense. There are really very difficult codes out there. But just try to start reading and you'll be surprised how soon, right after years and years of reading, at some point in time you'll understand the code and you'll reuse the code and you'll change the code. And that's where we need to be, where we can change code and write our own code, and then we're in control of our operating system. And that's actually the basic challenge of ArcoLinux, is give you so much knowledge that you're up and running forever. You have an operating system that you can maintain and understand and change. All right, so let's have a look at the end result. So we do the sudo reboot, or just reboot would be fine. Things have been changed already. You saw the Xrender made it 1920, 1080, but you need to let it apply all its settings. We've changed a lot of things, Arc theme and a lot of installations. So yeah, let's just reboot. And ArchBang does not use SEDM. So this is normal, right? And it's okay. And off you go. Xrender did not do its job. But here you go. You have all your things. Super T is your menu. And Super X, Super Shift T is this one, and Super X is there as well, and Super Enter is here, and Super Shift Enter is here, and Super Q and Super Shift Q, and all of this is here. But as you see, the challenge is not finished. I wanted to get rid of the conky, it's still there. I wanted to have resolution of 1920 and 1080. And that's the fun of a project like this. It's never ever finished. So start with looking at my code and see whether you want to use some of it or test some of it, and do that in a virtual machine. No harm done. Just try it out and see what you get and learn and have fun. Cheers.